Hey everyone, it is Matt Glogly with the Practice Profit System, and I want to let you know that over the next couple of weeks, you are going to be hearing some interviews that I did with speakers for an event that was hosted with Top Doctor and I Am Champion events. This event was hosted June 3rd through the 5th in Miami, down at the Four Seasons Resort, and these are interviews with speakers, and I thought that these speakers that you're going to hear from over the next month were the best, most intriguing ones. So I'm really excited for you to hear this and to share this information with you. Now, you might notice that through the audio recording, we actually talk a little bit about the event. Again, that event most likely by the time you've listened to these has passed. However, there will be events like this in the future. That is our hope and our goal. So I really hope you enjoy these. I really had a great time interviewing these folks. You're going to hear a lot of really cool new stuff. Some of it's personal development, some of it's on the medical side, and our continued quest to expand our information that we share with you and help you become the absolute best medical practice owner, business owner that you can possibly be. I appreciate the opportunity to continually help you in your transformation. Take a listen. I look forward to talking to you and meeting you face to face in the near future. Carpe diem, everybody.
Welcome to the Practice Profit System podcast. Do you own a cash-based practice? Are you looking to start one? Tired of working endless hours and still not making enough money? Want to fire your insurance company? Then you're going to love our podcast. Each episode is full of insights and proven strategies to grow your practice to seven figures and more, allowing you to take more time off, make more money, and no longer have to take insurance reimbursements. Plus, get a free copy of my book, The Anatomy of a Seven-Figure Medical Practice, where I detail my entire journey to creating my own seven-figure practice. Just go to www.srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. You just pay $7.95 in shipping and handling, and you'll also get over $1,197 in free bonuses. That's www.srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. Now, on to our show.
Hey everybody, it's Matthew Glogly, and we've got another hot 10-minute interview for the Top Doctor Health, Wealth, and Self Summit, January 3rd through the 5th in gorgeous Miami. We're going to be at the Four Seasons of Miami. And today we have Dr. Branan DeWees, who is the CEO of Theta Wellness Group. And, have you ever had what I like to call squirrel brain? When your brain has kind of got you bouncing around like this? Well, Dr. DeWees is going to share with us how to put that baby off to the side and how to calm your brain down and a bunch of other great topics. So, Branan, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to your group and to share my passion and what I've been doing for the last 8 years.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Theta Wellness Group. And, we talked a lot about just kind of the brain waves. Talk a little bit about what's going on in our heads.
Especially now, and even before the pandemic. I'm not going to blame it all on the pandemic.
But it's convenient.
It's almost a cliche now when something isn't done right, I wonder how many decades we'll get out of that one.
I think we got about 2 years left on that one. That's about it.
Yes. So with the busyness that we all put ourselves into, get up, kids off to work, get up and get to school on time, and then get to your job, and then get this done, and get to your sports deal you have to deal with homework afterwards. It's not like when I was a kid, you come home from school and you get all the kids together and you play dodgeball in the street or go play kick the can and give your mind a rest. It seems like we're all busy from the time we enter school. So what happens is we go into a high beta state, which the brain waves are scanning the brain about 15 times a second. And that's more akin and closer to fight or flight. And so we get stuck in that. And how our brains fire, they will rewire to adapt and adopt to that style. Well, it keeps us in this fight or flight most of our lives. And we start to lose the sweeter brainwave patterns of alpha and theta. Alpha being when your brain scans about 8 to 12 times a second. Theta when your brain scans right around 4 to 7 times a second. When you're in those brain states, you actually downregulate stress hormones that we build up throughout the day, and you uptake serotonin to wash the brain anew. So what I've been working on with Theta Wellness Group, that was my other company, Theta Acoustics, is to use vibration and binaural beats and isochronic tones to help bring that brain down into that alpha and theta and retrain the brain and lay down new neural pathways so that we utilize those brain states. See, alpha is that brain state we're in when we're in the flow, or essentially when we're in the zone.
Yeah.
And you lose track of time and you're just present and you're doing what you love doing. And then theta is that wonderful place where intuition opens up greatly. I call it that kind of gooey gummy bear place right before you fall asleep. But with the vibration and the binaural beats, we can hold you in that state for a lot longer so that your body really starts to, well, you'll feel like you're floating and your body drops into a deep recovery and relaxation state.
That's amazing. So talk more a little bit about these, because I agree with you. I think we have so many things coming at us today.
Yes.
This blasted thing and the phones that we have. And, here in my office alone, I have the iPad, I've got my phone, I've got this, I've got, and I have most of the messaging things turned off. But you said something I thought was really interesting is it doesn't give our body create the serotonin, which washes everything anew, right? Did I have that right?
Yes.
What's the reverse side of that? If we don't get the opportunity for our brains to kind of do this shutdown or this go to these other waves, what's some of the negative things that start to happen in day-to-day lives for?
What happens is our stress builds up. And as stress builds up in the body, we release hormones that shut down our ability to process fat correctly. We shut down all type, and so we gain weight. And we all know the issue with gaining weight. Drop into these stress patterns, we make poor choices. We're not sleeping as well, which is where our bodies really regenerate themselves. It's where we store memory. I remember when I was in chiropractic school, I would stay up all night and study, and then worked for about 4 or 5 months. And then one time I stayed up all night and studied really hard, and I couldn't access the information during the test. I knew it, but I couldn't access it. And now I know why. Because when you sleep, everything you've done the day before then gets stored into memory areas of the brain. So if you don't sleep correctly, your memory is going to be nearly as good as it is if you got a good night's sleep. So it creates a whole cascade of issues when we stay in this stress cycle all the time.
So your company, you can help people get to these places. You have tools and things of that nature that help and create the right environment. Talk a little bit more about it.
So the chair that's behind me, it's on a zero gravity platform. It has 4 transducers or vibration generators in it. And I like to use brain tap. Some people use VR. I work with a company called Helium VR, and or they like to listen to music. There's wonderful things to listen to, YouTube nowadays. And what you do is you have your tablet, your laptop, your phone, whatever you're going to stream from, and you plug it in. You plug in a headset.
Yep.
And then it's on there's a splitter. On one side, you plug in the headset. On the other side, you plug in the chair. That signal then goes into an amplifier on the side of the chair, and it brings the signal up a bit more, then delivers that signal to the vibration generators. Those take that exact sound signal and convert it to kinetic energy.
Wow.
So now every cell in your body is moving with what your brain is hearing. It's literally synced up, and your brain is getting the same information as your body is. So it creates a full mind-body experience.
Well, I'll just speak to my own, because I'm an ADD sufferer, not sufferer. I won't call it suffering. It's my gift. Right?
It is. I was to say, can everyone raise a hand here?
Yeah. Can I get a witness from the congregation? Can I get an amen? So, and I got introduced to just basic binaural beats probably 10, 12 years ago. I have a friend of mine who's an expert of ADHD and works with Dr. Hallowell, basically told me I have one of the worst cases he's ever seen. And so she started introducing that to me. And I can just, I know what just listening to it has done, but then to put it on an entire cellular level, I can't wait to see this when we're in Miami, because this sounds like nirvana for all of the issues that we deal with distractions.
Yeah, I actually found it by accident. I had a clinic in Denver, Colorado, and we used a device like this for a process we did. Every now and then I would come into the office, and it was a great way to take a 15-minute nap. And then one time I was incredibly stressed, the kind where you wake up in the middle of the night shaking in the fetal position because you just can't figure out the issue. And 3 days of that, and got so tired of myself, I said, I do need a nap. And I went and I got on the lounger, and in 15 minutes I popped up and no stress. Not only was there no stress, but in 10 minutes, the answer to the stress came to me. The light bulb went off. I stopped everything else I was doing and committed my life to understanding and delivering vibroacoustics, this type of treatment to people. And figured if I had this issue where I couldn't make a decision, or I couldn't make a good decision based on the stressful situation I was in, I knew there had to be a lot of other people. For the first 2 years, nobody had really heard about this type of thing. So I drove for 50,000 miles for 2 years in a row and just met people in their offices and said, give it a try. And a lot of people would say, why don't you put it on the internet? Why don't you sell it through the internet? I said, you know what? If you had never heard of ice cream, I couldn't sell you ice cream through the internet. What am I going to do? Describe what ice cream's like? Now everyone's catching up, and a lot of people are understanding the concept of, number one, deeply relaxation and going into recovery. And number two, the reconnection that happens when we get out of that busy brain and we relax. It's literally like we almost meet ourselves again for the first time, because so many of us have been stressed for a long period of time.
We really are our own worst enemies. We're really the ones that prevent ourselves. We ourselves prevent ourselves from performing at our highest levels.
Yeah, the good news, there's an answer to it, but the good news is you have to do something yourself.
But you can't just deliver that. You can't just, I thought you were going to bring pixie dust to Miami and just sprinkle it on me and I'd be fixed.
That was the 80s, my friend.
Oh, okay. All right. And that was the 80s in Miami. Okay. I was too young then. I was in high school.
So what I've done is I've put it into a chair form, and then I've put it into a smaller unit that people can travel with. And the health benefits are just amazing as far as increased lymphatic flow. Because you're vibrating the body, pain starts to relax because the nerve fiber that senses vibration is bigger than the one that delivers pain information. So it overrides that signal. And so it helps to really calm and ease the body and drop people into the ability to heal. And really, for the people that, as I say, the monkeys are really driving the bus, there's so much stimulation, but in a relaxed form, from the binaural beats, the isochronic tones, the auditory, the visual, and the vibration, that we're filling up so much of the brain with the positive frequencies that even the busiest mind starts to go and drop into relaxation. I've heard a number of times people say, I feel like I'm at the end of my 2-week vacation. This is how I feel after I do a vacation for 2 weeks. And I loved it back in the day when I was first starting. People said, so let me get this straight. All you do is help people relax. And I looked at him and said, yes. And that is not all, that's everything. Because when we can relax, we perform better.
Absolutely. Well, look, Branan, I can't wait to meet you in Miami. I can't wait to sit in your chair. Hopefully you're going to have one in Miami that we can try.
I'll have 3 or 4 of them there. Yes.
Awesome. Well, great. I can't wait to meet you and the chair. I don't know who I'm more excited to meet, but I'm going to go with you since the chair's an inanimate object. So we'll go with that.
Well put.
And I don't want to hurt your feelings. So, but again, folks, don't forget, look, this event that Top Doctor is hosting in Miami, 4 Seasons, June 3rd through the 5th, is more than just learning a bunch of new procedures and tools and machines. It's not just about health, but it's about creating the wealth and creating the better self that you need. Because in order for your practice to grow, you have to do the growing, right? It's not about the new machine or the new trade. And I think a great process like Branan has can make such not only a phenomenal impact on your patients, but on you as well. Give you clarity, help you get on the path to making the money that you richly deserve. So, Branan, I look forward to seeing you in Miami. Thank you so much for doing this interview.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting you all as well. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this episode, take a moment and share it with your fellow medical professionals, or post a positive comment and rate it on wherever you just listened. Now, don't forget, you can get a copy of my book, The Anatomy of a 7-Figure Medical Practice, for free. Just pay $7.95 in shipping and handling. Plus, you'll get over $1,197 in free bonus material. Simply go to srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. That's srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.